it off any longer. What's up, Ty fam? Welcome back for another video. If you're new here, thank you for tuning in, man. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. Today, I'm gonna bring you on a couple errands with me, but most importantly, we're gonna talk about what's already done to this car and what my future plans for this car are. Honestly, there couldn't be a more beautiful day to be out here in Sonic right now. I couldn't think of anything else I'd rather be doing. Sitting here talking to y'all and driving this car. Right now, I think we need to go up the street and give this thing a little touch-up bath. I don't have any of my stuff at home, so we're just gonna run up here to the touchless. Give this thing a quick little spring cleaning. We gave it a good clean the other day, but we had cleaned it right before the rain hit and cleaned all the salt away, so we still got a little leftover salt residue on here we need to get off. You know, there's not much better feelings than seeing a kid enjoy your car. You just gotta love it. I remember me being that little kid raving over somebody's car that was driving by. Boys, we got a problem. We just drove past Cookout and the delicious fumes are just stuck in my nose right now. That's a real problem. We need to get out of this area quick, or some terrible things will go down. Worst case scenario right here. This is worst case scenario, boys. Y'all, it's an absolute madhouse out here right now. Like, it's bad. We got bikers getting honked at, lane filtering. We got me doing anything I can to not get hit. Like, what is this Bronco doing, brother? P.S. Biker awareness. Never get close to a biker. Give him some space. This thing looks slammed. Oh my God. Everybody's out here. The one bay open is closed off. Sweet. Guess we're gonna be waiting in line. Look at this. This is unacceptable. This was after one drive to the track. Like, come on, man. We gotta get this taken care of. Quick rinse done. Now we need to hop on the interstate, give it a little air dry. Yeah, baby, get that air dry in. definitely getting warmer because we're starting to be able to hook up from third gear pulls now. That's fun. And I'm gonna need that soon because I plan on taking Lucifer down. And Lucifer's on 85 right now too. Yeah, I think we might have to hurt Lucifer's feelings. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about what's already done to this car. So we will go with the plain and obvious. When the previous owner purchased the vehicle, it came with black stripes, but he went ahead and got the white stripes done, which was a fantastic touch. The black would have probably been hard to see on this. The white stripes is absolutely gorgeous. It really makes this car pop. There's a super standout factor to this. As you can see, it is currently sitting on 20-inch Carroll Shelby CS14s wrapped with some Indy Firehawk 500s. These are very good tires, by the way. When it comes to suspension, this vehicle has Eibach Sportline springs, I believe. Eibach lower and upper control arms. We do have front as well as rear sway bars. So this thing handles like an absolute mule. And even on these street tires, when I can't hook, it stays straight. So that's one beautiful thing. Now on the bottom end, stuff like that, you know, it'll definitely fishtail, but at a higher speed, when I smack it, if I don't hook, it doesn't send me everywhere. It'll stay pretty straight for you. So yeah, those front and rear sway bars are huge. Highly recommend that. Exhaust. It has long tube headers, Cooks, by the way. Comes down into the Cooks H-pipe with a resonator delete on the over axle, set with some Corsa Extreme axle backs. I don't know if video does it any justice, but in person, this thing absolutely screams. It sounds really good. I have no plans to change the exact exhaust setup. I will get into little details in a little bit of what I want to do with the same exhaust setup, but we'll get to that. This car has Brembo brakes installed, so that is a major upgrade from the factory brakes you get on these. You know, it's got the slotted rotors. Coming around to the front, the heartbeat of this vehicle. This is what everybody really wants to see. This is the Gen 2 Whipple 2.9. And this thing is currently sitting on a 3.3 pulley. So as of right now, this thing is making well over 700 to the wheel. It is a very fast car. As you can see, it has a beautiful paint match strut tower brace, as well as a beautiful paint match Moroso expansion tank. So all those things really set this off. It looks really good inside of here. We do have the JLT catch can installed over here. You can see a big old power line right here. Once I get this thing back in the garage in a dark place, I'll show you what that goes to. Let's take a step inside real quick. All right, first thing you notice when I sat down in here, we have custom pillars with the Focal speakers. Every speaker in this vehicle is Focal, and it sounds absolutely amazing. One day I'll have to give you a little sound clip. You wouldn't, it's kind of pointless because you probably wouldn't even be able to really tell on video, but these speakers were not cheap. Coming from the previous owner, knowing what he spent on these, not cheap, and the quality is top notch. Coming down over here, we have a beautiful GTCS almost paint match shift knob right here, and this is connected into an MGW short shift, so very good when it comes to the shifting. He does have an aftermarket steering wheel that was put in here. This thing's awesome. I love the flat bottoms, and the S197s is almost a must. They just look so good. Flat bottoms period is a must. You just can't beat it. Coming down to the bottom here, we do have a Vengeance Stage 2 clutch. It's not the easiest clutch in the world to use. Coming from a 2022 Mach 1, where the clutch was like a feather, man, you could just ploop, plop that thing right to the ground. Yeah, I did daily drive a 2003 Mach 1 for my earlier years, and the clutch on that thing was like a 50-pound brick. So that's what I grew up on. So coming back to something like this with that heavy clutch is a breath of fresh air. I love it. Very easy to stall this vehicle. The way this is tuned right now, the gas pedal is not too instant. You know, you press, and then everything all at once. You know, it's not like you touch the pedal and it's starting. So that's something I'm trying to get used to. The vehicle is tuned by Lund, but I could tell it was a great tune because the car feels absolutely amazing. For future plans with this vehicle, I'm gonna start with the most important thing that I'm trying to get done right now, and that is new set of wheels. The wheels that I have in mind, I'm between two sets actually. The first set that I found that I really liked is actually still in the Shelby family. It is the Shelby CS5s. I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek of what that could look like in 3, 2. So yeah, those look really good. And that's honestly, when it comes to the polished wheels on the market right now, the only ones that I kind of like that I can find in 19s. They're gorgeous wheels, but when it comes down to it, I truly do believe 19s is the perfect size for an S197 Mustang. Like I said, no knock on these. I really like the style and everything. They're gorgeous, but 20s is just a little too big for my taste. I want 19s. And when it comes to finding 19s in the polished color, right now there is nothing out there, man. The CS5s are really the best that I've seen, but the problem with those is they're like $3,000, man. They are so expensive. On the other hand, the wheels that I like that are not silver are the SVE R357s. So I'm interested in potentially getting those and getting them painted silver. That's something that could happen in the future too. Realistically, I'm between those two. The CS5s, but they're so expensive, man. Or the 357s and getting them painted silver, which is something I could do too. But honestly, I've listed these for sale. I've mentioned them in my videos, and I'm having the hardest time trying to sell these things, man. I've gotten, like, on my marketplace posting, I've had over like 5,000 views and not a single hit, man. The majority of people hitting me up think it's the actual car for sale, which is really annoying. So yeah, I'm having a really hard time selling these, so I might have to bite the bullet and potentially go with a drag pack first, which is what I'm starting to lean towards more. Guess I could just hold on to these for now, keep them in the garage, throw a drag pack on. That way I can actually get some power to the ground, you know, especially since the nice weather's coming around. It's starting to make the most sense, honestly. Get the drag pack, have my power getting to the ground, rip this thing around. But then again, it's also hard to find a drag pack in silver. There's a couple that I've seen, but also very expensive. But all at the same time, these aren't selling. So I might just have to do that first. The previous owner, Joel, did have a drag pack on here that looked really good. It was silver 5 stars. I can't remember the name of them, but I might go that route. If I can find those, chances are that's what I'll do. Because like I said, this vehicle does not deserve to have black wheels on there. The color scheme just doesn't line up. It's too pretty of a car for black wheels. So I need to find the closest thing I can to silver. While I'm walking past it, we need to go ahead and get the shorty tossed on here. Not this big old wonky thing. Next, soon to come for this build, a set of Euros, man. There's not a single thing that looks better on Mustangs than a beautiful set of Euros. Something I want to do when it comes to the motor is, right now we got this 3.3 pulley on here. I'm honestly making too much juice on this car, especially on pump gas. So I'm thinking for a healthier, safer ride, I think I'm going to toss a bigger pulley on this and switch over to E. That way it sets me back, you know, I probably won't have as much to the wheel as I do right now, but if I can get a healthy 7 with the bigger pulley and E85, I think that sounds like the smartest thing to do, man. When it boils down to your car, the best thing for it is lasting as long as you can, and I think that'll be the best thing for this car. Throwing it on E, tossing a bigger pulley on there so I'm not pushing too much power on this motor, because this is the Gen 1 motor. So I don't want to give it more than it can handle. That's the last thing I need, is throwing a rod in this thing. So yeah, bigger pulley, E85 is a very likely scenario. But other than that, under this hood, there's nothing else that needs to be done. There is also something really fun underneath this car. When I get us back to a darker setting, I'm going to show you what's in that trunk and show you what's underneath this car, because you're going to really like that. I love it. It's so fun. Next, it is tinted, but I mean, come on, man. We got to murder this thing out fully. It does kind of look murdered on video right now, I'm not going to lie. But in person, you can see through it a little bit, so I want to get this thing fully murdered out. We need 5 all the way around, brother. There's no other way to do it. I've contemplated getting my windshield fully tinted, but I don't know, man, because they're getting so strict when it comes to these inspection stickers. It may turn into just having to get the strip up here. I don't know. I'm not fully decided on that. It's a problem right now with these inspection stickers. I already said I'm not doing anything with the exhaust. I like the way it is, but I do want to touch it up a little bit. I am currently shopping for quad tips with the GT 500 valance. It just looks too good on an S197 Mustang to not have that done. So chances are that'll be one of the sooner things I do. Coming back around to the front, it already looks good, but I want to get this a little more aggressive, a little lower to the ground. So I think I'm going to go with the Roush front splitter on here. And after I get the new wheels, whatever that may be, I'm going to go ahead and get the H&R Super Sport springs to get this thing slammed with that perfect, beautiful fitment. Because right now he's got it where it needs to be in terms of with the 20s, with the sport lines. But as soon as 19s go on here, you'll be able to see that gap difference a whole lot more. So yeah, we need the Super Sports on here once we get the 19s. That way we can keep that aggressive look. Back on the inside, honestly, the interior of this thing is mint. It already has the carbon layout throughout the dash because it is the California Special package. The only thing I really think I need to do is throw a, a carbon flat bottom on here, with either a red or a blue stripe up here in the middle. When it comes to the interior, I think that's the only thing I really need to do, because like I said, this is the California Special package and you already have the carbon layout throughout, and it looks really good as is. Interior wise, this thing is set, man. I don't need to do anything. I've contemplated a new deck lid, but this thing is a California Special, so you got to stay true to that and keep the gorgeous California Special and GT emblem right here. I don't think I'm going to touch that. And not to mention the silver pops with the blue and white, so I think I'm going to keep this as is for a while. Another thing I've contemplated was the typical GT 500 wing, but honestly, it may be a little outplayed. The California Special wing is super slept on. This may be the best looking wing you can get on a 13-14 Mustang. It is absolutely sick. I've also contemplated removing the stripes and keeping the solid deep impact blue all the way around, but man, I just don't think I can do it, dude. This car is too pretty. It stands out too much as is. So the white stripes just might have to stay, man, at least for a very, very long time until I get bored or something. But for now, the white stripes are staying because it stands out. You don't see it unless it's a GT 500, of course. Then obviously you get the white stripes. But it really makes this car pop. I mean, come on, man. You can't tell me that don't look mean. Something else I can't fully decide. I could honestly use all your opinions on this. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think? With the Brembos, they're already beautifully paint matched with the blue. But just going with the theme of the car, Sonic, do I want to make these red or do I keep them blue? Let me know in the comments down below. And look, my subs, you already know these license plates are not supposed to be here, but if you're a new viewer, you need to ignore this. This is a long story behind why this is tie drives. It is supposed to be driver tie. We're just not going to talk about that anymore. We're going to leave it be. We're not going to acknowledge it. I don't want to see a single comment down here. Nobody mentioned anything about the tie drives plates, okay? Look, I told you, time is of the essence. I do not have any more time left. They have to be there. New ones are coming. Don't say anything to me, please. I'm sure it drives some of y'all crazy, like it drives me insane, dude. Ignore this camera angle right now, please. The way my head strap is, the GoPro makes it look like I have you strapped to the ceiling in here, and it drives me crazy. I have a new head strap on the way that's gonna kind of drop down lower and put you at a better stance, okay? Look, just bear with me, okay? I have one coming. I know it looks silly. It drives me crazy, so it probably drives you crazy too. New head strap is coming, okay? We're gonna have a better view inside this car. Right now, I'm thinking some exhaust clips, a cruise to get my dog some food. Why not, windows down, a little ride, just so you can get some exhaust tones. Yeah, this car is loud, brother. set you out back right behind me. I'm gonna let you get some revs from a standstill real quick, just so you can really get a good idea of how good this thing sounds, man. Very aggressive exhaust setup. I highly recommend. And it's legal, so that's always good too. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Yeah, that's the one. That's secured, baby. Dog food is secured. Now I'm gonna take you back to the garage. I have two fun little things that I wanna show you. They're pretty cool, and I think you'll like them. All right, we made it back. Now it's time. Bravo 6, we're going dark. Yes, sir. Tell me this ain't sick, man. Tell me this is not sick. Mobbing around at night. Come on, dude. We need to have a night meet soon. Like, I mean, look at this. Let's get back in here. We want white. We can do white. Red. We can do red. Whatever you want, man. This is sick. You can do a scene, movie. Candlelight. Romantic. Next fun thing. Hey, yo. Looks kind of eerie though. I look like the Sith. All right, check me out though. You ready for this? Sheesh. Come on now. Tell me this isn't sick. Like I said, it's Focal. These are 11-inch subs, which is weird. That random jump between 12 and 15 to 11 is weird. I ain't never heard of that before. But right up under here, underneath the cabinet here, somewhere, where is it at? Oh, here it is, it's on this side. It's an on and off switch. That way if it ever gets stuck or something like that, and you can just manually cut it off so it doesn't drain the battery. But tell me how sick that is, man. Come on, dude. And watch, once I close the trunk, it'll cut right back off. Open the trunk, see? It's off, it's off, it's off. Open it up all the way, on. This is sick, man. But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I just wanted to give you a quick rundown for those that don't know what's already done to this car and what I plan on doing to it. I can't say everything that I wanna do, because I'm not even 100% sure myself, but the things I do know, I just wanted to go ahead and list. And like I said, once again, for those that don't know, let you know what is already done to this vehicle. But this week, I will finally have 2 videos dropping. Right now, it's Tuesday night, and you're watching. Stay tuned for Thursday, because I will be dropping a banger. It's gonna be a fun one, and I'm looking forward to it. And I think you guys are gonna like it too. But like, comment, subscribe for your boy. Help me keep growing this channel. You guys are doing amazing. You're blowing me away. I'm having so much fun doing this. But until then, I'll see you Thursday.